Supersize vs Superskinny is the most brutal show which shows both sides of the weight spectrum, showcasing the dangers of morbid obesity as well as the shocking consequences of being so underweight that your bodily functions shut down. And in this video, we're looking at the most ruthless episode of them all, as the obese Laura gets sent to America to look at how 600-pound people live, and the energy drink addicted Jake learns the damage he's doing to his body. But first, the need to face off against each other.
Mother of one, Laura from Kettering is only 23 years old, yet already weighs more than her age, tipping the scales at 24 stone. And the main culprit for her ballooning weight, her addiction to all things sweet.
Laura weighs in at 336 pounds, which is triple Jake's weight at just 112 pounds. So it's not a surprise that Jake is visibly shocked when he gets face to face with Laura.
Hi. I'm really tired and got Betsy.
I know, quite a shock actually, I must admit. You're quite a large woman.
The first thought that came into my head was, you're really skinny.
I was shocked when I got paired with Laura.
I do find it funny how open they are about critiquing each other's body right in front of each other, and it gets even worse later in the video. Before that though, we get to see what each of them eat on a daily basis, and they couldn't be more opposite to each other.
Favourite food would be chocolate. It has to be chocolate. It would be a big bar of chocolate, and I don't realise how much I'm eating until it's gone.
But it's not just chocolate that's causing Laura's excessive weight gain.
Crisps, biscuits, cake, pasties, sweets. It's nice to just have a little pig out.
The most shocking thing about Laura is that she's just 23 years old. You could genuinely tell me she's double her age and I wouldn't actually question it. When we see her diet, it's easy to see how she's got to this point too.
Laura also has a novel and highly calorific tea time treat she likes to serve up for the family.
One of my favourite things to make is a London pizza. Cheese and tomato pizza, chips, and garlic mayonnaise.
Laura says that it's nice to have a little pig out, but this just seems like a consistent pig out to get to her size, and especially how young she is. Now the worst part about Laura's situation is that she has a child who she takes out and eats masses of food in front of, potentially normalising eating this much food for her child.
Laura also has a novel and highly calorific tea time treat she likes to serve up for the family.
One of my favourite things to make is a London pizza. Cheese and tomato pizza, chips, and garlic mayonnaise.
Now, even though there isn't too much volume of food on the plate, this is probably someone's entire daily calories in one meal. And obviously, this isn't going to fill her up and she's just going to be hungry later. And you might wonder, if the meals she makes are this high in calories, why isn't her husband fat too? Well, we're about to find that out.
Laura is a self-confessed comfort eater.
I feel like eating mainly when I'm bored or if I'm upset. It's like comfort food really.
Laura's emotional eating began as a child.
I got bullied. I wasn't the slimmest person like everyone else. I blocked it out by eating.
To hide it from her family, she would binge in secret.
I'd probably eat my snacks either on the way home from school or in my room so they wouldn't know I was eating it.
And this secret snacking has continued into her adult life. As soon as husband Nick leaves for work, out comes the sweet tray.
I don't think Laura actually works either, so while her husband isn't there, she gets to have free reign to eat as much food as she wants whenever she wants. Obviously, this isn't really a secret because you don't gain weight from thin air, and her husband did admit it's caused friction. Despite her food addiction though, she does want to change.
I just want to be able to run around with him and play with him, but I mean, I haven't got the energy to do that. It's just heartbreaking really. I don't just need to do it for me, I need to do it for my relationship, and I want to be around for Alfie growing up.
Although Laura eats an insane amount of calories through sweets and chocolate, Jake's diet couldn't be further away from this, with his daily calories coming from a really awful source.
In Leeds, 18-year-old black belt kickboxer Jake weighs in at 8 stone 2. Training up to 5 times a week, Jake dreams of becoming a professional kickboxer, but instead of eating like a champion, he survives on a sugary liquid diet.
I don't really eat breakfast. I'll just have like an energy drink because it fills me up and removes the need to eat.
Now the worst part about this is how Jake says having an energy drink removes the need to eat, but this could be further from the truth. Yes, caffeine is an appetite suppressant, but you can see by how underweight he is, he clearly needs to eat. And the fact that he trains kickboxing 5 days a week means that he'll be burning a lot more calories than a normal person. Now, you can't really tell how tall he is either, but it would be a safe assumption his BMI would be dangerously low. When Jake does eventually eat, it's not really something that would fill him up or give him many nutrients either.
My favourite snack is bagel tart. You've got jam and a layer of icing. It is delicious.
Now, despite their weights being at opposite ends of the spectrum, there is a surprising amount in common between them. They both revealed at the start of their episodes that they have been bullied for their weight throughout school, and they both survive off foods designed to be extremely convenient. The only difference is Jake has a lot less of it than Laura. Now, before Laura and Jake meet face to face to roast each other's diet, Dr. Christian, who's the main doctor who'll be helping throughout this episode, has a surprise tactic to help shock Laura into changing her diet.
Dr. Christian is sending 24-stone Laura for some transatlantic shock treatment. Laura's visiting the town of O'Fallon, Missouri, for a terrifying glimpse of her possible future if she doesn't stop her extreme eating.
My name is Betsy Hall Ingram. I'm 43 years old and I weigh 39 stone, 3 pounds.
It's pretty insane that Dr. Christian had to fly out to America to meet with someone who's 550 pounds. Like, I'm sure there was someone in the UK who weighs as much. And the comment section also found it hilarious that the shock treatment was literally just sending them to America to meet someone who's fatter than she is. Nevertheless, she meets with Betsy, who lives life like people on my 600 pound life, needing her family and children to help look after her because she can barely walk. The worst part is that Betsy's 12-year-old son Matthew needs to look after her, and with Laura having a young child too, it does seem like a look into the future for her. And when they do meet, they immediately bond over their love of junk food.
Are you a junk food eater? You like a lot of junk?
I like my crisps and my chocolate.
Gotta have that chocolate. Yeah, see, exactly. Oh my God. Chocolate.
And clearly, they both love their chocolate, with them both getting giddy with the thought of having it. And although Laura is laughing along, the shock therapy does seem to trigger something instantly.
It's a shock when you see someone who's a lot bigger than you. I've never really met anyone bigger than me. She's the largest I've ever seen.
And it's not just the size of Betsy which scares Laura, and she brings up that she also has a child of Betsy. And what I found interesting was that Betsy grills Laura, asking if Alfie would like to have a mother the size she is, when Betsy herself can't move and needs her son to look after her.
I've got a little boy who's 18 months.
Aww.
He's still a little baby.
What's your child's name?
Alfie.
My son, he helps me clean my house. He helps me get dressed sometimes. Is that what you want Alfie to do with you?
No, don't want him to have to help me do anything.
How do you think Alfie would feel if you couldn't ever pick him up again because you weren't here?
Yeah, he'd hate me for it. It really hit home talking about family and knowing that she relies on her son.
Matthew, will you grab my pillow?
Yeah.
Every time.
Don't really want Alfie to get things for me. I want to be able to do it myself.
I understand that Betsy's sort of trying to give a warning to Laura not to get like her, but it does seem slightly hypocritical, especially because Betsy clearly hasn't made any effort to get out of her position and has a slight smirk on her face when she's telling Laura this. And just as a side note, it's pretty insane that there's a 20-year gap between these two, considering they look like the exact same age. And it wasn't just Betsy that grilled Laura too, with Betsy's friends even indirectly expressing concerns that because Laura is fat, her son will grow up to be the same, like I mentioned earlier.
I think it goes on down the line, because if mom's overeating or having bad food choices, that means the child's going to have them same bad choices as well.
Now, if Laura not being able to look after herself properly wasn't enough to change, the next scare tactic that Dr. Christian uses hopefully will, as he asks Betsy to showcase just how much medicine she needs to take a day, with Laura looking terrified.
Goodness me, look at that.
Whoa.
That's quite shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a diabetic medication.
Yes.
We've got a blood pressure pill here.
Yes.
And then this is a antacid tablet.
I constantly have heartburn, indigestion.
Very strong painkiller.
I take it 3 times a day for the pain in my knees, my legs, and my back.
When you're carrying a lot of weight around, it's sort of grinding away on these joints. What about you, or do you have aches and pains?
I've got back pain and knee pain.
It's just the same then.
Yeah.
I have a vitamin D deficiency. I'm severely anemic. I have a thinning wall in my heart.
Cholesterol pills to avoid heart disease, actually. And then you're on aspirin as well, so this is a blood thinner to help prevent clots. Again, if you're overweight, the risk of blood clots is quite high.
I think this just shows how much your body starts to fail when you're this heavy and how much constant care you need. And I don't know what the healthcare system is like in America, but I can't imagine it's cheap. Now, although Laura isn't as big as Betsy yet, it doesn't take much to start feeling the effects of that weight. And keep in mind, she's literally 23 years old. So if she's feeling aches and pains now, it'll only get worse as she gets older and fatter. Now, despite this being a pretty dramatic way of showing how things could be for Laura, it does seem to have worked, as at the end of this segment, she cries on the porch with Dr. Christian, telling him that she doesn't want to get this big. But we'll soon see if she means this or not. And it's finally time to start the segment that you've probably been waiting for, which is the diet swap. Now basically what's happening here is that both of them are going to talk through what they eat in the day, and they're going to swap the meals round and try each other's diets for a day, which are obviously at the complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Laura has a belly-busting breakfast, which consists of scrambled eggs, 4 slices of buttery toast, 2 bowls of crisps, a chocolate bar, and a cupcake, all washed down with a pint of fizzy drink.
Now if Laura's meal had stopped at some scrambled egg and a slice of toast, it would have been the same as mine, and it would have been great. But it carried on with 2 packs of crisps, chocolate, sweets, and a fizzy drink. The amount of sugar in here is just ridiculous, and it's going to cause Laura's sugar levels to spike, which will make her even more hungry throughout the day and crave more food. Not a great start of the day, but Jake's isn't really any better.
So what am I drinking?
It's an energy drink.
Well, it doesn't really taste that nice.
No?
No.
And surprisingly, Jake makes his feelings very clear about Laura's very large breakfast.
It was appalling to see how much she eats. I mean, chocolate. Like, why would you have chocolate for breakfast?
I will say it's actually hilarious to see Jake judge Laura's chocolate breakfast and act surprised and disgusted that she eats that, when he literally has a full sugar energy drink every morning. They're clearly as bad as each other, but just at different ends of the scale. Despite being opposites, they do actually find the common ground they share that we mentioned before, the fact that they were both bullied for their weight.
We do have similar backgrounds in regards to the bullying, but obviously it's affected us in complete opposite ways.
You didn't think people get bullied for being skinny? Because everyone else wants to be skinny.
After breaking the ice over breakfast, they move on to lunch, which is no better on either end of the table. Laura has a mountain of chips with fried chicken alongside a large burger and a chicken wrap, which is just an insane amount of food, especially after that huge breakfast. She does have a healthy glass of water this time though, at least, which is the complete opposite to Jake, who has yet another energy drink and a small bowl of just plain pasta, which looks eerily similar to something you'd get in prison. Yet again, for both of these meals, they have both went for convenience over a healthy meal. A lot of people are probably guilty of this, myself included. This is why I launched the Fat Loss Kitchen cookbook, which contains over 40 recipes designed to get you started on your cooking journey and not leave you scratching your head on what to make for your next meal. Each of these meals has been specifically made for this cookbook, and a lot of time and effort has went into creating it. And if you use code Craig, you can get 15% off. And remember, even if you don't want the cookbook, that's fine. You can sign up to our free weekly newsletter to receive a recipe for free directly to your inbox. The link is in the description, or just visit fatlosskitchen.com to get your copy and sign up to the newsletter. Unfortunately though, Laura didn't buy my cookbook, and this is how Jake reacts to her very unhealthy lunch.
I'm hungry now from breakfast.
I don't know where to start. It's just way too much.
So much stodge is a far cry from Jake's light lunches.
It's absolutely terrible. It tastes disgusting.
Now before they get into the last meal, it's important to look at how Jake's diet has been affecting him, because we've saw the effects that obesity is having on Laura, but not how much damage Jake is doing to his body. And it isn't good. Dr. Christian reveals that Jake is having less calories than a 1-year-old baby, eating around 700 calories a day, which is just mind-blowing for an 18-year-old black belt kickboxer.
It's terrible.
It is probably the lowest I have ever seen in someone of your age.
Living such an active lifestyle, Jake should be consuming at least 2,700 calories a day, nearly 3 times more than he currently is.
And it gets even worse when Jake sees where his calories are coming from, as he walks into a room containing the same amount of energy drinks that he has every month. Everyone knows energy drinks are bad for you, but Dr. Christian shows Jake just how bad they are.
This is something called a macroglossia. It's a big tongue and it's red and it's inflamed and it's really sore. So this person's not getting enough iron in their diet, which you are not.
That can't happen, can it?
This is a kind of dermatitis. Vitamin C deficiency can cause this. You get all these infections, and that's because the immune system's not working properly, because this person is so deficient in protein, which you are.
It's horrific to think that that could be me one day.
All of this is avoidable. Cut down on those energy drinks and you increase the food intake instead, and all of this sort of stuff will become a lot less likely to happen.
I do like how Dr. Christian really shows the effects of what could happen to both of them. It's easy to say that you need to gain weight to be healthy or lose weight to be healthy, but actually showing the both of them the real issues that they could face does put it into a new perspective. Now going back to the diet swap, we see Jake's reaction to Laura's pizza monstrosity from earlier, and although it's harsh, it might be similar to your reaction when you first saw it.
Oh my goodness me.
And as usual, Laura's topping up the calories with her own speciality, her triple-decker London pizza. A cheese and tomato pizza smothered in chips and garlic mayonnaise plus 2 fizzy drinks.
That's one of my favourite meals.
I think the pizza's like enough as it is, and then to have the chips as well, and the cheese and the mayo is like...
And that is day 1 complete. It doesn't take into account Laura's snacking, but the meals alone total up to at least 4,000 to 5,000 calories. And it doesn't get much better on day 2, as she has what can only be described as an absolutely sickening breakfast.
For Jake, it's a feast of fat and sugar with a whole cream-covered chocolate gâteau, a large bowl of crisps, and a plate of sweets and biscuits.
This is a dessert, not like a breakfast. And what makes you eat that sort of stuff?
I don't know if it's because it's quick and easy. I don't have to stand and prepare anything and just chuck it on a tray and go and sit and watch telly while eating it.
Now, although Laura's breakfast is especially bad, it shows the hypocrisy from Jake, as he calls Laura's breakfast a dessert, when he literally has a cake and an energy drink for breakfast. Literally the same as Laura, just in a smaller portion. And day 2 seems to have woken the pair up as to just how bad their respective diets actually are. Despite Jake being pretty brutal about Laura's, his is no better, and in some aspects worse than Laura's. But obviously, Laura also needs to get a handle on just how much she eats and snacks, because if she keeps going, she will become immobile soon. Dr. Christian hands them both a diet plan to fix their awful eating habits, and gives them some time to try out their diets and hopefully change their life around. Jake is given the goal of eating 2,700 calories a day, which is a big jump, but very doable. This is less of a jump than Laura though, who needs to eat 2,200 calories, while also cutting down on chocolate and snacks to stabilize her blood sugar levels. Honestly, I wasn't sure any of them would make much, if any, progress. Jake just seemed like he was way too against food and had too much of a reliance on energy drinks. And the same with Laura, it just felt like she was way too addicted to food and the easy lifestyle she had. However, I'm very glad to say I was proven wrong.
Tell me what sort of changes you've made.
I've cut out the energy drinks altogether. They're completely gone.
Really? So my little lesson in energy drinks had an effect?
Yeah, that was a wake-up call for me. I feel really good. I'm not tired all the time. I've got more energy to do things with the day. I'm spending my day more productively now.
Yeah. But what about food then?
My portion sizes have tripled.
Really?
Yeah, it's got more of an appetite as well. I just want to eat more all the time.
Tell me how it's all been.
Yeah, it's been really good. I've made so many changes.
Eating differently?
Yeah, eating a lot differently. Smaller portions of healthier things, really. Less chocolate, not the huge chocolate bars. I'm having probably just a small little mini chocolate bar.
Good, and now you're not missing it, but you're not gorging on it as much. What about the secret eating?
That stopped.
Completely?
Yeah. Wow. I'm just sticking to 3 meals a day now. I'm starting to do a lot more exercise, like walking and dancing. I'm not sitting at home bored and eating now. I'll go take my son out to the park. I'm really proud of myself for sticking to something and getting the weight off.
And it wasn't all talk either, as it was revealed that Laura lost around 14 pounds in total and Jake had gained 10 pounds too. And they both had a very well deserved dance with each other at the end, proving no matter how stuck in your ways you are, if you put your mind to it, you can make a change. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and click the video that's on your screen now to see Secret Eaters, the weight loss show which secretly recorded overweight people and spied on their habits. Remember to visit fatlesskitchen.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.